What's up YouTube, BuildsFast here, and you're watching Rich Boy J's Your Questions Answered.
Hello boyos, Rich Boy J here, back in with another video, and this is going to be episode 25 of Your Questions Answered. If you're not familiar with it, Your Questions Answered is a Q&A series that I do here on this channel, so if you want to have your question answered, put it in the comment section, make sure it's Lego Star Wars or Lego Star Wars related, and then check back next week to see if you made the cut. Special thanks to BLS Bricks for that intro, I really do appreciate that, and of course, if you want to have your own intro on this video, just try to send it to me as an unlisted YouTube video. I will see if it's appropriate for the channel, and then if it makes the cut, you'll see it at some point down the line at the beginning of one of these videos. Of course, make sure it's appropriate and be creative with it, have fun with it, use it for self-promotion. If you have a funny skit or something that's Lego or Star Wars related, put it in there. I don't care, just do something cool. I'd love to give you guys a little bit of extra exposure. Now let's go to the first question. First question comes in from BuildsFast. He says, if you were a clone trooper in Order 66, which Jedi would you kill first? Great vid. Thank you for the nice words. Now, this is a good question. So, the Jedi that I hate the most, I think number one on the list would probably be Episode 2 Obi-Wan, and then number two on that list would probably be Qui-Gon. Now, obviously, Qui-Gon's already been taken care of, and I can't go back in time to kill Episode 2 Obi-Wan at this point. So, I think I'm left with, I want to kill Evan Peel because his face really bothers me, but once again, by that point, he's already dead. So then maybe I would just go and try to kill Coleman Kaj, because there's only one Coleman that I recognize as being a Jedi, and that is Coleman Trevor. Coleman Kaj, you're an imposter. Next question comes from Legoboy. He says, would you like to see Lego make more UCS sets that are minifig scale? Absolutely. You know me, I am all minifig scale all day. So if Lego were to do more UCS sets in minifig scale, I would certainly appreciate that. I think whenever they have the opportunity to, whether it be something like with the Imperial Shuttle, the Millennium Falcon, those things will come in minifig scale. Like if they're able to put it in minifig scale, they certainly will. If it's a Starfighter or something, obviously they like to make it bigger to add in all the extra details. But what I honestly wouldn't mind is if they did, you know, go for a set that they could potentially make bigger, i.e. like a Republic gunship, but still keep it the same minifigure scale size. But rather than make it bigger and include a bunch of detail, I would say keep it the same size and include a bunch of detail, and maybe employ a lot of building techniques that you wouldn't normally employ on the regular types of sets, but just do it for the UCS sets. And of course, you can go all in on the details, make sure all the colors are correct. And I wouldn't mind, you know, paying around maybe $200 for a really good looking Republic gunship under the banner of UCS. Next question is by tanbricks. He asks, what's your favorite prequel line? Hashtag pretty hot. Now on this channel, it'd be very hard for me to not choose anything but Hello Boyos. So obviously Hello Boyos is at the top and pretty hot is probably right below that. But outside of that, I actually do have one that I really like. And it is of course the first line that Obi-Wan says about Anakin, which is basically, why do I get the feeling you've picked up yet another pathetic life form? Nice words from someone who describes himself as a good friend. You know, that's really funny how people will talk behind your back and yet when you're dead, try to make it seem as if you're friends. That's why I have no friends. Like Drake says, no new friends, baby. Next question is by Hobnobs. He says, what's your favorite nth Lego Star Wars ship? This is so difficult because all of nth ships seems to be home runs, but if I had to choose one, I would definitely have to go with the ship that's actually right here, and that is the U-Wing. Have no fear, guys. I will do a review on that at some point. It is awesome. Next question is by Turtleback06. He asks, are you ever going to build that moving pod racer mock you said you wanted to build one day? Yes, that is like my ultimate mock to make. That is the first big mock that I started planning whenever I first got into Lego Star Wars. It got derailed by a couple of other projects, namely the AT-AT that I built, the Millennium Falcon, and literally everything else I've done since then. But yes, one day I will absolutely go back to it. At this point, I'm realizing that it's going to be such a large-scale project that I really just don't have the parts collection to start something like that right now. So I'm trying to use these other mocks as a way to accumulate more parts but still actually be building something. And then when I start that mock, I will already have a pretty good head start on the amount of parts that I have, because it is going to be massive, bigger than really any Star Wars mock you've probably ever seen before. And that's not me just trying to hype it up. I just have so many great ideas for that mock, and I do want to have my exact vision come into fruition and possibly do something even better than I can even imagine. So I will absolutely do that mock at some point. It's just a matter of just accumulating more parts in order to be better off whenever I do start it and not have to spend insane amounts of money to make that dream a reality. For those of you who aren't familiar with this pod race mock, yes, the pod race mock was the first ever mock that I started. Here is a picture of the most progress I ever made on it. I did end up rebuilding it, and most of it has honestly been disassembled and used as parts for other mocks, but Yeah, I do plan on building it at some point. The next question is by the Abage group. He says, what is your favorite and least favorite battle pack? My favorite battle pack is either got to be the 212th battle pack or the First Order Transport Speeder battle pack. Both of those are hot, but for my least favorite, it easily has to be the Assassin Droid battle pack because, I mean, look at it. Like, who would buy that? And I just know someone's watching this video right now like... Next question is by RB Customs. He says, another great one. Which set do you think has a quality that doesn't match the figures, i.e. the minifigs are amazing, but the build sucks, or vice versa? The first one that comes to mind for me with a set that is just awful, but comes with really nice minifigures is the Rebel Attack Frigate. This set just honestly looks awful to me. The interior is nothing to write home about, but that Ahsoka figure that it came with was just so great, and that was one of the sets I had to get just so I could have that Ahsoka figure. So shout out to that set for the figures, but otherwise, set's pretty awful. I feel like oftentimes now with Lego sets, I hardly find the case where a set comes with what I would describe as bad figures, yet it's a good build. I would only really describe it as a poor minifigure selection if it comes with a bunch of stuff that I already have. For example, like the AT-AP comes with a bunch of figures absent those Kashyyyk battle droids that I already have, but I wouldn't really say those are bad figures. It comes with some pretty good figures. They're just figures that I already have, so it's hard for me to pick on the other side of that. Next question comes from Kevin. He says, have you ever bought a set and while building it you thought, dang, that's a really good design. I have never thought about that before. Yes, it happens all the time. That's really one of the biggest reasons I built Lego sets, is to get inspiration for different designs that they're implementing into their sets. Lego is always coming out with crazy new ways to use their parts and things that we as builders would never really think of. So that's one of the biggest benefits to building Lego sets. The one that I've actually had most recently was with this AT-AP set right here. It's hard for me to explain it, but I'm going to try my best. So on the feet, you'll notice that the toes are angled. The toes stick out at 45-degree angles, and that was actually pretty cool how they were able to implement that. If you take this off, I don't really know how I would describe it, but they were able to accomplish having the toes stick out this way. Yet the technic axle point is going straight up and down, so when you connect it to the foot, it ends up making the toes stick out as such. How cool is that? And that's going to finish up the video this week, guys. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. Like I always say, if you want to see your questions answered in this video, leave it in the comment section. Make sure it's Lego, Star Wars, or Lego Star Wars related. Then check back next week to see if you made the cut. Another thing that I always say is, if you like what I do, go ahead, support the video by hitting the like button, support the channel by smashing the subscribe button, and I'll be back again very soon.